Hi everyone, running on schedule today. I'm really happy. Second video, I got the French video up. Now I'm going to get the English video up. Remember this that I showed you yesterday? Showed it to you pretty quickly. It's a double flash. And it's not just one flash. It's either something skipping across the moon. It could be an asteroid like NASA says hits the moon, which is, by the way, they said themselves, very hard to capture. But here, just really quick, we're almost done. Just went back over it so I could show you this part. I mean, it's crazy that I didn't show it to you. It's awesome. You could see two lights on the surface. So this could be an explosion on the surface. It doesn't mean something hit the moon. We don't have to believe everything everyone tells us. Here's the exact same moon at the exact same moment with the exposure completely up, so you can see where it landed on the moon. That's the flash. We'll look at it really close up, and then we're going to talk about real construction on the moon and real geometrical shapes that are there. It really is a good thing that I get rainy days sometimes and cloudy days, because look at all this beautiful stock. Look at all these documented captures, and this is live, by the way. I show things in extremely slow motion, slow ways, so that we can see all the details, no jumping or skipping. So this, when you see a UFO go by, when you're watching it like this, you could really see it well. And what you're looking at are lines on the surface, thousands of them, connected to many structures, different objects, lines like this. These are all details. Over to the left, too, squares or rectangles. It looks like ice is actually melting over on the left there. You can see in many areas. We're going to see that one more time. See that on the left there? Where those objects or shapes, even though they are just shapes, are inside. Looks like ice could be melting around there, or it's cut out areas. Speaking of cutout areas, we're going to go see some cutout areas. These are captures over the years of 5 years now of research, ladies and gents. I do research every day and every chance I get outside. And when I'm not outside, I'm inside researching and making videos like this, and or I'm live streaming with my amazing community. The live streams are going to be stepped up a little bit. We're going to be looking at research. I'll be sharing my screen. We're going to have some serious shows. And at the same time, those of you just arriving to the channel, I have a lot of captures. Check out my older videos. Please take the time to subscribe. Greatly appreciated. And I live stream on Fridays, Montreal time, twice. Once at 1 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon, 1 o'clock, and 8 o'clock p.m. Montreal time. Stop on by and come say hi. What I'm showing you in this video is not even half of it. Again, here, showed it in the last video. I'm going to slow it down. It's just absolutely incredible seeing all the structuring in the craters. Watch, let's get in closer. Really slowly, not easy to show these things. And there it is inside the crater, and there's the dog barking again outside, and I can't take it. And there's the structures. We all talk about chemtrails a lot online, but who says those chemtrails aren't also hiding things on Earth from people or beings that are outside of Earth? The small box on the right is zoomed up on the left for you to see an amazing image of the constructed objects, what they look like, the types of material they are using, dark structures, reflective structures, and again, we are visualizing these, viewing these from space. Because I'm on Earth and we're looking at the moon. So maybe they're reflective because of the atmosphere between Earth and the moon. Sure, there it is further out. Does it scare you? Look, they're all connected. Now look over to the right where other lines appear. Even though it's hard to see, this is real research and I know they're there, and with the next telescope I'm going to blow it out of the park. Don't worry about that. Check it out. A rectangle coming out of the surface, whether it be elevated, erected like a tower, or lying down, it's still there. And it's definitely something that we can easily say visually that does not look natural. And now this, one of my favorite parts. Somebody was asking me, are you just getting structures in a couple of places like Copernicus? It's all over the surface. It's that most people don't understand how the surface is made. Let's look at it. What we have as proof is visual proof. We're here stuck on Earth. We're looking at another planet. I did all the tests to show everyone exactly what it looked like in the yard, and with cameras filming and then filming on the moon, and then people wanted to see the original with filter. You know, I mean, here's without filter, so like, what's the problem? And don't forget, Sinus Iridum Mountain, you don't see it that close. NASA does not show it themselves that close, but still, you can see the little details in my images if you compare them to maybe possibly some NASA images. There's no two ways about it that these are constructed. You could see it clearly here with a simple green inversion, easy on the eyes. Look at all the connections. Not just connections, 90 degree angles where they're overlapping, going to reflective structures, and many holes and dark areas on the surface. And some of the dark areas are not necessarily holes. You can see them as I'm turning it around. There are dark structures and actually not that many holes there. Look here. That's the difference right there with the color of the structures, and no two ways about it. It's definitely a connection. You can see it here incredibly. It's beautiful. It was manipulated by whoever landed there by digging it out, probably driving around. I got a laugh last video. I'm happy I'm going to say it again. Maybe driving around with trucks. Exactly. So maybe this is a car graveyard, or even worse, a human graveyard. Look at all the jumbled up objects that are all side by side and together. Those are objects, whether they are structuring or not. They're still objects that have never been shown. That's Bianchini on the top left, just to give you an idea how close we are. And we've clarified one area where you can see all those structures there. Absolutely incredible. Back over to Copernicus crater. That straight line, it's on the top left there. That straight line there, underneath, you see the reflective and dark material they use. There's something else going on there, hiding with lights coming up off of it. So are they industries? Who knows what they are? There's no filtering here aside from a color, so it doesn't change it at all. Here again, back to Bianchini crater. Look at all the objects in the center. You can't say that's not beautiful. And the worst of it, it looks like it's all thrown over many different parts. So who knows? Those could be the cities of people, the inhabitants, or maybe that's where people are living, right? Or if not, it's just literally machinery. It could be so many things. But one thing for sure, it's never been mentioned by NASA. Ever, ever, ever. These small objects. And look at them all. And they're not small, don't forget. If we're seeing them, they are a minimum of 2 miles wide, each object. And it's a simple way to see the surface too. There's no manipulation. Straight up adjusting exposure, right? Aperture exposure when you're taking the images. I mean, that's what the options that the camera has. And look at that beside Copernicus. Again, Copernicus on the top left. I think I showed it at the beginning of the video. We're almost done anyways. I want to get through a couple more of those images. Oh yeah, we are done actually. This is the Sinus Iridum Mountain. And you could see many lines and constructed objects and patches. I mean, it's so obvious that I'm starting to wonder if they're not killing off people, the smart ones, so that they don't speak out. I mean, there should be millions of people screaming out that the moon's inhabited, obviously. And it doesn't mean it was, but it could have been long before. A water spot, very bright blue water spot. People talk about on the moon. Lots don't know where it is. You just saw it at the end of Copernicus crater, but don't worry, I'll show it to you all again. And if you didn't see it, there's a line. Oh yes, there's a line going right to it. Now, since this is a straight up shot, Copernicus over to the left, straight up, isn't it nice that you could see all the elevation of the surface? Just that in itself, for me, is what I wanted. I wanted to see if it was flat. I wanted to see what was going on there. And look at all the lines, whether they are constructed or not. They sure look like they are. And these structures could be ancient. But yeah, possibly, but I doubt it. Hey, check it out. The water spot at the end of Copernicus with the line going to it and an energy source that's billowing smoke and hazes all around it. They're hiding the surface, is what I believe. Straight up. Here it is further out and sharpened. Don't you just love seeing the surface, how it's all going up and down? So that means we're really seeing the real surface elevation at least, and that's my goal here. And with success for me, that's what I was looking for. If those of you don't appreciate it, well, maybe that's not what you were looking for, but that's what I was looking for. Bianchini Crater, 40 kilometers to the right of it. Look at what's there. These structures could be little cities. Who knows? Another video coming up. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the channel, everyone. It really helps the creators.
The man they suffering inside, they are. They're so sad. Yeah. True. The man they suffering inside, they are. They're so sad. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.